Hi guys, Stefan here again, and I'm very proud to introduce for the first time on the channel my wife Amanda.
Hello internet people! We're going to be talking today about perler beads. They're these little plastic things that you iron together. You might remember when you were little and you had the little stars and hearts and really boring shapes that you couldn't really do anything with. For adults and children, I guess, they have bigger pegboards. Really big pegboards, and you can do pretty much anything with them, and there's actually a huge community that's with video games and anime and
so it's related to that kind of stuff. You can follow a pattern and end up with something like this. Here's a sleeping Kirby on the crescent moon, or you can do stuff that is more freehand, and here's my Goku that I made with the energy surrounding him.
And that's one of the first ones.
Yes, that's one of the first ones we made. A lot of the ones that we made we don't have because they're a really good thing to give for gifts. We do a lot for people, like my brother really likes Half-Life, so we did Gordon Freeman, we had a bunch of Zelda-related stuff for her little sister, different things like that, and you can make some more complex stuff. My wife's really good with that kind of thing.
We made a GameCube. This is a full-size GameCube. It's the indigo color. It's almost exactly the same color as the actual GameCube, which is really cool.
All the little details too, even on the bottom, the little expansion ports and things. And you can find patterns for some of these, and you can also, the fun thing to do is take patterns and kind of make them your own, change up some of the colors or add stuff to it or whatever. And definitely as far as getting the stuff, you can buy the individual colors, and they're fine for making some things like you made the Final Fantasy, she made it from the NES game, all the different classes, Red Mage and the Black Mage and everything. And you can buy the individual colors, but that gets expensive, especially if you start making a lot of these.
Yeah, they come in packs of, I think it's 1,000 or 5,000 in little baggies, but you can buy these big tubs or
real big ones
even
here.
Real big ones at your local craft store. Pretty much any craft store sells them, and usually they have coupons in the paper for 50% off, so they're pretty cheap to buy.
Much cheaper alternative, and it's a big pain in the butt. Yes, I know, I can still hear all the different colors, digging them all out and organizing them, but at the same time, how we like to do that and how we like to even make them to begin with is watch movies and TV together, and instead of just doing that, we can do that and be together, but at the same time do something more productive and creative while we're doing that, so you can create something while you're just relaxing watching TV, and over time you end up with a bunch of these. And the other thing that's a problem is when you have all these tons of colors and they're not in individual things, my wife came up with a good idea of how to organize them in a great way to keep all your different colors.
Yeah, I just use these just plastic bottles, and we just separate all the colors that way. We had originally used the little divider things that you get with the beads, like the pony beads, but those are really hard, especially for him with his big fingers to dig in. Yeah,
they're too tiny, and then there aren't enough spaces for the colors too. This way it's unlimited, and something that I use, and a lot of people, especially if you have bigger hands or if you're a guy mostly, you can use stuff. I use little either little bamboo poker things here, or you can use skewers, or you can use even if you have chopsticks that have really thin bottoms, or you can kind of whittle them down. Anything that's skinny with a sharp point, you can use to puncture these little things and put them in place a little more easily if you have big fat fingers like me and you like the Xbox Duke controller and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so you can do these little creative things, but that's something that's fun we like to do. And she made even the different this is a good example of the kitties. That was one that was from a pattern, I think, and then just made different color variations of them, so you can really get creative, and it's just a fun thing to do and create stuff for if you have people that are into video games or TV, do Christmas birthday gifts.
Sometimes there's not merchandise in a franchise that you can get, and if you really like a franchise,
you can kind of create your own with Perler Beads, and yeah, it's cool, and it works really well for video games because, especially you can see because this one's a little bit bigger with the Goku, it's kind of the same way pixels were done on old systems or on the old Commodore 64, that kind of thing. So that 8 and 16-bit era stuff really works. Or you can do 8 and 16-bit era versions of more recent stuff. We did a little Master Chief for her brother, and did sort of as if he would look if he was on a Super Nintendo, that type of stuff. So it's just a really cool, fun thing that we like to do. That's really just it's a pretty cheap little hobby, and you can be creative and you can make stuff, cheap gifts for other people that are creative and interesting if they like, or just stuff for yourself for your own collection. Decorate your game room that way. Thanks for watching, and again, this is for the first time ever. My wife Amanda, and she'll be on every once in a while.